Alright, we're gonna give this a test real quick. Hey Janelle. Hi. Can you help me with this? We're gonna test this VIP table out. Go ahead. Put the phone in the phone holder. Good job. And the cup? Damn! Yeah. It sound like some super hip theme music right here. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your boy Jay Smooth. Welcome to another episode of Smooth Customs. And today, I'm gonna be working on the wife's Infiniti FX35. Now, I'm gonna be building her a VIP table. Now, I'm not gonna be doing this Infiniti VIP style or anything, but the wife did want the extra cup holders, and so I figured I'd make her a VIP table. The goal for this one was to make it as slim as possible, to follow the curves of the dash, to be functional, and to look as nice as it could be. Alright, anyways, let's get into it. Alright, so one of the first things I'm going to do is get a little rough measurement, kind of get an idea how big this thing's going to have to be. I'm looking at about 22 inches across right here. Next thing I'm going to do is get a piece of cardboard and get a template going. Marker? Can I get the marker, please? Janelle? Where's the cap? Thanks.
You're welcome, Daddy. Okay, go, Dad. Oh, it's a rainbow, Daddy.
Alright, so I got the first shape that curves the side of the dash. Now I kind of have to figure out the layout. So, let's see. I'm thinking I should do it. Alright, so I got the template cut out, and this is about where the VIP table will sit, and I got the second layer right there. Those are the cup holders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Sharpie, trace it out, then I'll get my jigsaw and cut it out. Here's the other piece. Alright, so I said it before and I'll say it again. Having a table router might simplify this process right here, but even if you add a table router, you still have to make your rough cuts with your jigsaw, but I'm going to try to pull this off with just the jigsaw. So I got the placement for my cup holders and my cell phone holder traced out. Now I'm gonna use this right here to cut out the holes. Alright, so I got my top piece, got the holes cut out. I still gotta go over the edges of this to smooth them out because I got a couple of jagged edges, but there it is. Alright, so I'm done sanding the edges on this. What I use is just a piece of wood and some sandpaper and kind of just block sand it, smooth out all the edges from the the jagged edges that were left from using the Jigsaw. Got it as smooth as possible, as uniform as possible. Now, I said it before, and I'll say it again. This process would probably be easier if you had a belt sander to smooth out the edges, and then. But anyways, yeah. So this is where I'm at in the process. I'm gonna take these apart, cut these up, get the pillars going. All right. So this is the part where I make the pillars for the VIP table. And what I'm going to use is this chromed out toilet paper roll holder, right? So I'll take this apart. Right? Now you can use the fatter piece or the thinner piece. In this case, I think I'm going to use the thinner piece. You can use whichever one you like. They're both about the same. It's a little bit bigger, but yeah, so this is what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna cut an inch pillar off of this. So I'm gonna take off this edge and this edge. Now usually I use my Dremel, but my neighbor Dan has been kind enough to loan me his bandsaw. So I'm gonna use this to cut these up. Here we go. Gotta be careful so I don't cut my fingers off.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it.
Alright, there's the first one. Well, I was able to squeeze 2 out of 1 toilet paper roll, so I only needed to buy 2 toilet paper rolls. But there's my first 2 pillars. So that seems to be where it's gonna sit. And let me go ahead and mark it off. Flip it over. Let's see where we're at. Right. Now that's done. Got my spots. So the next step is to drill out these holes so I can attach these nut inserts.
These nuts?
I'm gonna put a little piece of tape on this because I don't want to go too deep. So. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do too, before I put these lock nuts in place, is put a little bit of this wood glue, just so it won't move, just a little bit. Just to make sure that we have a good fit. Alright, so I'm about to spray the underside of this with a little bit of Rust-Oleum flat black, and this will be so once it's covered you don't see this color stacks out a lot under it, so I want it to be black. So here we go. And that's it. Alright, so for this part of the project, I went down to the upholstery shop and bought myself 1 yard of vinyl fabric. Now, this 1 yard only cost me 12 bucks. That is a great deal. And this is a lot of material. With this much material right here, I could probably do what, like 3 or 4 VIP tables out of this material alone. So for 12 bucks, it's a lot of bang for your buck. What you're gonna do is, you wanna lay this over the material. You wanna give yourself enough space all the way around, and then you can use the chalk. You kind of want to go maybe, I would say about 2 inches of a perimeter. That way you have enough to pull on. Alright, so once you've got that outlined, you want to get yourself the scissors. Cut this piece of fabric off.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Alright, got your piece of fabric cut. Next step is you're going to want to flip this over. So we're going to spray this top part with our 3M spray. And also spray the inside of the vinyl with a 3M spray. And we're going to wait a little bit and let it get tacky. See, you could always pull this tight, but adding the staples to it helps hold it in place while you're pulling it from the other end. So, that's it. Nice and tight. Got a little extra glue on here, no biggie. A little paint thinner. Where it sets. Clean it off. Right. There we go. Alright. Now, next part is you want to take your razor blade, right? You're going to start cutting off the excess. I would go for under the staples. Alright, so all our pieces are covered in the vinyl, stapled. Got these cup holder rings cut out. Alright, so the next step is to use the chrome side molding to go around the edges to cover up the staples. Now, this is what you might be looking for right here. They sell this at AutoZone, O'Reilly's. It's about 15 to 20 bucks. This is 3/4. This is 12 feet long. Usually with one of these should be enough to do a whole table. Alright? I have some leftovers from the last time I made a table. Anyway, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge, right? So when you start this, you want to start it at the back. The back part that's going to be closest to your dashboard. And you want to be pulling the backing as you go along. And also, you want the edge, the top edge, you want to use your thumb, and you want to make sure that you make sure you pick, let's say, yeah, the middle. That should be good right there. Alright, so you're going to lay this, right? And as you're going along, you want to make sure you hold it, and you hold it in place, and you're keeping it right on the edge. You want to make sure your blade is really sharp when you cut this, so that you have minimal amount of gap on this edge. Alright, there you go. There's the first part. It's pretty good. Press down. You got a nice edge right there. So, I think it looks like a good spot to start. Remember, you're pulling tight as you're pressing down and riding the edge of the table. Because the other thing is, see this this wood is 1/2 inch, right? With vinyl, it adds a little thickness to it. But this trim that's going around, this chrome trim that's going around is 3/4. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, but you don't want it sticking out at the top. It's going to stick out at the bottom a little bit, and it's going to help you cover up any imperfections that you had in the cutting of the wood. All right. Yep. Lined up. Now we put the towers in. Line these up again. We got the towers with the bolts put in. The next part, we got the cup holders, right? As you can see, they're gonna have to get cut. The bottom of the cup holders are gonna have to get cut. So you can cut those with a bandsaw, or you could use what do you call it? A Dremel with a circular cutter thing. I should do it. Oh yeah. We're just gonna cut this off real quick. All right. There we go. Let's throw a little glue in there. A wood glue should hold it in place. Look at that. All right. All right. So right here, see these 4 screws right there? These 4 screws right there. Well, this is where I'm gonna mount these brackets. So I'm gonna have to bend them here so they get attached here and look something like this right there. So in order for that to happen, I'm gonna have to stretch these out and make the bend right there for all 4 of these. So this is what the brackets look like when they're in, before you put the tables in. And if you open this up, you see what it looks like down there, and you see that's what it looks like, and it closes. You just have to slam it a little harder. But now what you want to make sure is that you get the right size screw so they're not too big, so they don't poke out at the top when you put these in. All right, well, there it is. It is all done. All right, well, there you have it. The VIP table has been completed and installed in the Infiniti FX35. Anyways, yeah, hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you out, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for all the comments, all the subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000, and I'm getting the giveaway ready for you guys. Let's see, what's next on the agenda? Oh yeah, I'm working on a side slider for an iPad for a Tahoe. Finishing up the lighting situation on the LS400, and I know I've been saying this all year, the air ride is coming, I promise. It's just been really hot here in Vegas, so I haven't got to it. But there's gonna be other videos, so thanks for coming back. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification, and take care, y'all. Peace. Good luck. Watch the fingers when you're cutting stuff, for real. It's dangerous. Unless you're chilling under palm trees, that be Tony Sands. look like. I'm in my new whip, running through the street lights. Yeah, I said this is what it look like. I'm on my fresh man, this is what it feel like.